Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always and welcome back to Skybees. In the last episode, we were working on apiaries. We were getting apiaries for our iron bees mostly, but the gold, diamond, coal, and emerald bees as well. And this has been working really well. So I made another one. I have another one over here that we are using for nether stars, specifically the nether stars. The rest of the stuff I don't care as much about, but we need a lot of nether stars to make more apiaries. Now, between episodes, I cleaned up the base a little bit, cleaned up the floor here, and put a bunch of stuff into our refined storage system. And yeah, today's plan, let's talk about the plan for a few episodes in the future. So, one thing, we are going to be making 1, 2, 3 more hexagons, and probably no more after that. That'll give our entire map a nice hexagon shape, and then we're gonna have to start, working on decorations and getting everything looking good like these. This one's not done yet, but you get the idea. I need to do a lot of work with building, and it's hard to get motivated with building sometimes. But that is something that we'll worry about another time. And speaking of which, I want to build a house here at some point, and we're gonna probably move our refined storage system into this, and have enchanting set up and all sorts of stuff like that. Our bed. All the important things for having like a home base in Minecraft, we're gonna have here in a little like cabin, but we're probably not gonna get to that today. Today's episode is gonna be more about two things. One, finishing up some quests that we can do pretty easily, just to kind of finish up more of the quest book. And then the other thing that I want to do is unlock the creative tab. So that is one last tab that we do not have unlocked. There are 4 quests there, and they're all really good quests. They're all really good items that we're going to want. And yeah, the first thing that we're going to really need to do is work more with extended crafting and get more of this stuff done in order to unlock that tab. So that's the plan for today. And so I guess let's start with some of the more miscellaneous quests. The big thing that I want to do is finish up the drawers quest line, and there's not much left there. Bees we can't quite do yet because we need to get the tier 4 apiary and the tier 3. That's gonna take a little bit because it requires a ton of nether stars and also a ton of grass, which we'll work on that. Now let's go ahead and get into some drawer stuff. In fact, let's just do it over here in our refined storage system because everything's here. So the first thing we're gonna need is a frame drawer. Really easy to get. It's just a chest and some sticks, and I'm actually gonna see, I think I can turn that into, I cannot. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna want some illumination upgrades, which means we're gonna need some upgrade templates. Nothing too difficult there. And that does give you a lot of illumination. Now what this does is if we come down here and put it on this, it just lights it up so you can see the item a little bit easier. Don't really care about that too much. Doesn't matter to me. So we're not gonna really worry about that, but it was a quest. We also need a compacting drawer, which is gonna require 2 pistons. We have the iron to do this now, so it's super easy. And the last thing is a quantify key, which is something we might actually want. So we're going to put that in there. Book and quill, we need both the book and the ink sac. We don't have ink sacs. That one might be a little bit of a challenge to get. Okay, so that I wasn't expecting. I've got to think real fast. What is the way to get squid to spawn is to have water underneath. I think it's Y level 64. So let's just build a quick and easy squid farm. And we're just going to basically, I guess we can just do it right here-ish. We're going to just make a bucket for squid to spawn in. And we'll come check this in a little bit. Now, squid do have a different mob cap. So something that we've talked about in past episodes, needing to find chickens and stuff like that. The mob cap is basically the way Minecraft controls how many entities are in the game. If you have too many mobs, your world's going to lag, and it's going to be awful and no fun. So what Minecraft does is it limits the number of things that can be in the world. There are multiple mob caps for different things. There is one for hostile mobs. There's one for passive mobs, and they are different. So basically, squid and fish, I believe, are on their own like mob cap. I don't remember exactly what all is in the mob caps individually, but I do know that squid are a different mob cap than, say, bees, so we shouldn't have any issues getting squid to spawn. We just need to, get away. And I don't, do they need to see the sky? They might need to see the sky. I don't remember. No, they shouldn't. I've done things before, and that's not been an issue. So, can we get any squid to spawn quickly? Probably not. Alright, well, we'll just let that sit, and I'll try to get squids at some point in this episode, and we will finish up all the quests in that chapter. So really the only thing left is the quantify key, which is a really cool thing that we might actually want. Now, our other option, if we can't get squid to spawn, is villagers. We could use villagers to potentially get a book and quill, which I've put all of that stuff in here. There is all of our cows and chickens and wandering traders. But yeah, so that is, we'll just deal with that later. I don't think there's any other way to get ink sacs in this mod pack, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so we'll move on from that. And what we're moving on to is unlocking the creative tab. That is the goal for today's episode, so it shouldn't be too hard. In order to do that, we need to go into extended crafting, and we need to make two things. The quantum compressor, which is going to be useful for making singularities, and these make the ultimate singularity, which we need for all of the different things. And this might be the best one to make first, but regardless, it's awful. So yeah, the way we get that is the quantum compressor and the ultimate crafting table, which you use to make pretty much all the stuff. So I have a bunch of black iron on me right now, and so what we're going to do first is make the ultimate crafting table, which none of these is too difficult. So we're going to pick this up, and we just need to make 1 elite, which is 2 advanced, which is 4 basic. So we're gonna need a lot of plates, and you know what, just for the sake of getting a little bit of work done, let's go ahead and do this. So 8 basics means we need iron blocks times 8. And luckily we are getting a ton of iron from the bees now. So we need a bunch of those. We're going to need a good bit of wood. You know, it would have been smart if I would have looked and seen how many logs I'd use. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. And if I could count, I would know we only needed 6 more. So, whoops. Oh well. To get the 8 iron ones, we're going to need... Let's just save this recipe. We're going to need a bunch of things. Okay. So let's just get crafting. we're going to need a ton of this. Let's just get a stack worth. And can we sleep? You guys have seen this craft before. So you know what? Let's go ahead and make all the components for the emerald tier. And then I will go ahead and do all of this other stuff off camera. Because the emerald ones are actually, so the ultimate component and the ultimate catalyst are both things that we need to make. We're going to need 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I believe the catalyst requires 4 more of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We make the catalyst. And do I have much black iron left in this? I have a little bit. And then we'll need the emerald block and the another slate. So let's go ahead and put that in here. And we can put this guy here. And emeralds. I should have a good number of emeralds. Perfect. So we'll just do this, and I will make the other diamond tier in a moment. But let's first make, let's see, we're going to need 2 elite catalysts. So we're going to need a lot of these. So we're going to need, what, 9 of these, I think? And we can make 1 and 2 of those. And then the only thing left that we need to make is the black iron frame, which is easy enough, which is glass and black iron. And there is the quantum compressor. So we're going to put that here. Limited input, that is good. Eject, okay, cool. So basically, we can add a bunch of things to that to make a singularity. So that is at least the quest completed. Now I just need to get the ultimate crafting table. Now, just for, I guess, demonstration, let's look at, it doesn't matter, let's look at the emerald singularity. So in order for us to get this, we need an ultimate catalyst, which we might want to teach the system how to make. That would probably be a good idea. And then these, and I guess just go ahead and teach the system how to make that as well. And we'll just put those in there. So now I should be able to say, you know, make me an ultimate catalyst. It needs 4 of these. We'll have the plates automated another time. Not too difficult, but we have to put 10,000 emeralds in there. So obviously it's gonna be a while before we get to that point. This is gonna take some time, and obviously the only way we're gonna get the resources for that is probably the bees. So getting this kind of set up early is gonna be great, and obviously getting, I'm saying obviously a lot, and getting a lot of the apiary tier 4s are going to give us a lot of resources much more quickly. So that is kind of what we need to do. We need to work towards that. It's just going to be the nether stars really that's struggling, as well as this. So we're going to need to get a lot of grass from our botany pot, and there is a way to make it a little bit better, but we're going to have to get into some botania, I believe, to do that. Or we can fight a boss, which I'm not sure if I want to do yet. But anyways, the singularities, they all require, I think, about 10,000 items. And then we need 1 of each to make an ultimate singularity, and this is used for 3 of the creative items. The only one that's not is the creative storage upgrade, which is just a bunch of upgrades. And what this does is it makes it so that a storage drawer can hold pretty close to infinite items. It's not quite infinite, but it's effectively infinite. So I am going to get the other diamond tier, the elite crafting table, and we'll come back once I have that done, and we can make the ultimate crafting table and, well, get to work on other stuff. So I'll be back once I have all that crafting done. We have squids. So I was right about some things with the squid spawning, but I was also wrong about other things. So obviously we put, there I go again with obviously. I don't know why that's the word of the day, but it is. So we had put the squid spawner farm over by our mob tower, and it wasn't working. And there's a really dumb thing that I kind of forgot. Squid don't spawn in any biome. They only spawn in oceans and in rivers. That is neither an ocean nor a river. But I was right on the spawn height. They can only spawn between, and I looked it up, it was like 50 and 64 Y level. So anything lower, squids won't spawn. Anything higher, squids won't spawn. It's basically ocean level. But yeah, they only spawn in rivers and oceans. That was not a river and ocean. This is a lukewarm ocean. And we got squids pretty quickly. I had gotten one right when I had finished building it. I went back to do all the crafting, which I've got done. And yeah, there are plenty of squids. But they seem to be like kind of weird. But it's okay. We have squids. We have a squid farm if we need it, but we only need the one for the quest for the quantity key. But anyways, I did all the crafting to get the other elite tier crafting table, and now we can go ahead and make the ultimate crafting table. And that is a quest which is going to also allow us to do the creative tab to activate that. And now we have access to the creative tab. We can do these quests and get really cool stuff. But you might have noticed my inventory, and if you were really smart and paid attention, I did miscount completely. I have 2 extra advanced crafting tables. However, that's not that big of a deal. So assuming I have enough iron, which I was using a lot of iron, and we've already got a bunch more. And let's go ahead and make a bunch of black iron with black dye. I am going to use these extra advanced crafting tables and eventually another elite and another ultimate to make the auto crafting tables, and I'm gonna make them separate from this. I want to keep one that is just me being able to put stuff in, because we can put things in and it'll remember that it's in there. No big deal with that. So I want to have one that I can use kind of for storing whatever I'm working towards, as well as the auto ones, which I don't think we'll ever need the ultimate auto crafting table. But some things could be nice. There is a lot of really cool things we can make. There is the refined storage, fluid storage parts, as well as so we can get an infinite storage disk, infinite fluid storage part. But can we not get an infinite? Hold up. Infinite storage part from extra disks. Okay, these are right. They just look, these look very similar to a Planologistics, but I don't think. Yeah, Planologistics is in this mod pack, but I guess they changed how the stuff looks for those, and I'm not familiar with that too much. So texture changes are weird, but yeah. So we're gonna eventually get refined storage. We're just gonna get an infinite part for both of those things. But we'll only ever need one, so there's no real reason to have the ultimate auto crafting table, because we're not really going to be using it for much of anything. Yeah, some of these recipes would be nice to have automatically. This one's going to be a pain, but at the same time, like, we don't really need it. I don't even know if we need the elite auto crafting. I mean, yeah, I don't think we need any of these, really. That doesn't have anything that's super useful to us. So it's just going to be a matter of making them because the quests say so. And I'll probably just throw them in the system and never use them. We'll actually use this one because this is how we get, if I can ever get it to work properly, that's how we get the machine casings for making the crafters. So that is something to kind of keep in mind and keep note of. But let's go ahead and make the quantify key. So in order to do that, we need the book and quill, which is where we needed the ink sac. And then we should be able to make the quantify key. And chapter complete. Perfect. No more storage drawer stuff that we need to do. So what the quantify key does is actually really neat. We can click it on something and it will tell us exactly how many we have. And I'm going to do that for everything because why not? In fact, I think I can just click it on here and we can see every number. Now you might not want that for lag reasons or whatever, but like we have a ton of aluminum, which is great because that's what we're going to make our roofs out of, and down here as well. So I have a lot of building to do, but the quantify key is pretty neat, pretty useful, and I guess we can go ahead and make the advanced auto crafting table. We're going to need 3 components, so we're going to need, or 4 components rather, so we're going to need 4 black iron into things. And I don't even know if we have the crystalline ingots, because that's what we need, right? Yeah, we're going to need a bunch of these, which this isn't that bad to do. But let's see if we can't get one of these. And then I will probably, I'm going to put this is going to be my to-do chest, which I like to have. I'm going to work on getting all the materials for these 2 as well between episodes, just because I don't know how long that's going to take. With all of the, how do we get redstone? 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy enough. And there's that. And then if I want the crystalline, we're going to need to make, let's just go ahead and make 4 recipes, or 3 recipes of that. Because that will give us all that we need. And I don't really think it's useful for much else. So for 3 recipes of that, we're going to need a good bit of diamonds, nether, stars, times 6, I do believe. And you know, we can go ahead and set this up. So it's, how do we make this? How far? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lapis. So let's just grab a bunch of lapis. Not like we don't have, I mean, we actually have the 10,000 lapis that we need to make things. So something like this. If I can click the right number of times, and in the middle we have 2 iron, 2 gold. So nothing too difficult there. Keep those on me, and we just need the other iron. And we should be able to get the first auto craft. So it's just this, 2 of those, and those. So there is all that. And we should be able to make the advanced auto crafting table, get the quest completed, and never use it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of work getting the other crafting tables, but it's things that we've done before. It's not like it's not within our reach. It's just a matter of if we have enough iron. So the last thing I want to look at and potentially do is I want to improve our grass production, and the easiest way to do that, other than making more, is Well, so if we look at grass in the botany pot, we get a bunch of different modifiers for the growth time. So 30 seconds is what a normal one is, and depending on what we use, which we're currently using infused grass. So let's see. This. It takes 4 seconds off, so it's 26 seconds for each roll of this. And there is another one that is better. If we can get access to Enchanted Soil, which will basically double the discount with 0.25. I wanted to get Enchanted Soil in general, and the way we do that is with overgrowth seeds. These are a Britannia thing that are actually really hard to get. There is 2 ways I know of to get them. One is beating the Gaia Guardian, which is the Britannia boss, and the other is from Dungeon Loot. Now, luckily, there's skeletons over here. Yes, there is, and a dolphin, and some fish. Okay, I'm gonna light this up. The skeletons should despawn at some point. But yeah, well, let's just light that up. I kind of forgot to do that. But yeah, so the easiest way is Dungeon Loot. And I kind of want to see what all we can get from Dungeon Loot. And so in order to do that, we need a Lunium, which is a functional flower. Requires pixie dust and a redstone root, which redstone root is actually really easy to get. It is any sort of grass or fern. I guess it's not tall grass, and a piece of redstone. So we'll use one of these. Now that has been going on for a while, so it's actually doing pretty well. But there is the redstone root. And we can do this. Throw that in there. We're also going to need pixie dust, which we should have at least a little bit lying around. So you can throw that in there. And then we're going to need 3 green petals and a gray petal. So that is gray. Alright, and I said 3. I meant 4 green petals and a gray petal. And all of these can go in here. And then we're going to need some runes. So real quick. Yeah, we have mana. So we have mana. We can do this. So the first rune we're going to need is, okay, let's just do all 3, because they're all the tier 3 runes, which is the 7 deadly sins. They're not that hard to get, but Rune of Envy, Gluttony, and Sloth. So we're going to need Autumn, Air, Fire, Winter, Water, Winter. So Winter is a good one to have, which we already have. Fire, Air. So all we need is Autumn. And then we're going to need some mana diamonds. So I need 1 more mana diamond. That is not that difficult. And then the only other question is if we have the mana. We should have the mana. We can always get more cakes. Oops. Yeah, we should have the mana for this. And the only other question is, do we have Living Rock? We do. We're going to need 4. So, Gluttony is Fire and Winter. Let's just go ahead and get these done. And yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Now, I could upgrade mana spreaders to Elven. And we'll probably end up doing that at some point. We need to kind of work on our Britannia system. But, so it's Sloth that requires Autumn. And that is 3 leaves, a spider eye, air, and fire. So 3 leaves and a spider eye. We should be able to do that. Got a spider eye. And leaves. I feel like we have some leaves. No? Okay, so I guess we'll have to grow a tree, and I think the easiest is going to be just to grow an oak tree. we'll put it here. And then we just need to get some shears, which I have plenty of from all the beehives that I've broken. And let's just go ahead and vein mine this. Cool. So we just need 3, but I have extras for later if I need it. I need that living rock. And yeah, so this should be pretty straightforward and easy. We just need to smack that. We get all of our runes back. So it was fire and air, those and that. I think I'm going to break this for a second. Oh, you're taking my experience, aren't you? And once I'm done with this one, I'm going to go ahead and switch those 2 out. And I might go ahead and upgrade some of these spreaders for later. They're not too difficult to improve. I just don't have the time in the episode or the patience right now to do it. So we have gluttony. So sloth is air and autumn. And this will be a lot faster. Assuming we have the mana, which we should. Yeah, we have plenty of mana. And we're going to put this here for now. Yeah, I might do some Botania crafting. Just to get a little bit of stuff for us. To make things easier for later. So we have gluttony, we have sloth, and the last one we need is envy, which is water and winter. And I like that we get to keep most of the runes. Now the runes that we use in the actual craft will get used up. That is unfortunate, but these are not, the tier 3 runes are not hard to make once you have everything else. They don't take any special items or anything like that. They just take mana diamonds, and that's easy enough. So we throw these 3 in, and now we just need a little bit of seeds. That was a pasture seed. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on. Is there an overgrowth seed in there? I didn't think I had one. I don't. I not gotten one. And there is the lunium. So if we put this here, is a functional flora. So it requires... Oh. Hold up. They changed this. They changed how this works. So it spawns mobs now. And it looks like the mobs are stronger. Let's go ahead and break it for a second. Yeah, they have potion effects. But they're dropping various dungeon loot. So we might want to set something up to do cool things with that, and it uses a lot of mana. That is a bad part of this. So if we want to use the lunium to get stuff, we're going to need to set up some like mana. We're going to have to set up mana production and have everything kind of self-sufficient. Now there is some flowers that would help with us, help with that rather. Rosa Arcana is a good one because it does use experience that drops. And then we could just basically make a mob farm based around the lunium. So that might be something we look into. I don't know if we'll do that or not, but could be interesting. So yeah, there is a lot for us to do still. But generating flora, there is... that eats other flowers. I remember what a lot of these do, but... yeah, it's just the Rosa Arcana. And there's a couple others that we could probably do, but I think the biggest thing is Kakimers is the best flower for the job, and it's just going to be a matter of getting a ton of mana and then running this for a little bit and then turning it off. That is the neat thing with the Lunium. We can turn it off if there is no, if there's a redstone signal with it. So that is something to keep in mind, but they've changed how the Lunium works. I didn't realize that. Does it actually say? Because I don't think I actually looked at the book for this. So, Lunium. So any adventurer knows that dungeons can hold valuable loot. It will, when fed quite a bit of mana, summon these items for said adventurers to collect. Each item is held by a monster protecting it. These monsters are extra strong, but will drop their precious dungeon loot when killed. So yeah, it used to be that it would just pop out loot. But now they've made it so that you have to actually fight monsters for it, and the monsters have, at the very least, potion effects. So that's kind of cool, but it makes things a little bit difficult. So we'll think about that one. It might be easier just to fight the Gaia Guardian, which is something we need to do anyways. So I'm going to end the episode off here. I'm going to work on getting the rest of the crafting tables to be the automatic ones. But we have completed quite a few quests today, and we have a good bit of work done. So, yeah, I just need to get the elite auto crafting and the ultimate auto crafting tables. I will prepare for those next time, and I think I'm going to go ahead and finish building before next episode. And then what we'll do is we will potentially start trying to clean up some stuff. More automation and more quests. I don't know exactly what we'll end up doing, but it was one of those. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!